Every new Toyota comes with peace of mind standard. That's because you get Toyota Care no-cost maintenance when you buy or lease any new Toyota. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first, as well as 24-hour roadside assistance and lockout protection. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska. We make it easy on you. Toyota, let's go places.
Blog Talk Radio.
Cosa Nostra Radio. We are a poetry family located at allpoetry.com. And I'd like to thank Kevin and the crew for giving us a place to call home. We believe in freedom of speech. However, not all of the views and opinions on the show by the guests and poets are reflective of the Cosa Nostra ownership and management and are of their own free will. Enjoy this La Cosa Nostra program.
Look good, but that's an awesome job. I'm talking to the mute button, aren't I, Razz?
Yeah.
How long was I?
5-second delay. Don't do that around the wrong people that want to hurt you. No
Not
reaction
a problem,
time. Late on 2 seconds. I don't know why they're like that, but it's not football.
No worries. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Broken Hearts Bleed. I'm your host, Raconteur, and I've got Razz, who's got the difficult job of trying to make me look good. Tonight we're talking about the topic of love is blind, which is a cliche, and English is full of them, but this is I don't know, it touches me, I guess, a little more than some, but not as much as others. I'm actually literally blind, so, it's not just a metaphor for me. So my eyesight's gone, but, the idea of love being blind and, accepting people's flaws and all and whatnot is not a foreign concept, I'm sure. And we've all lived it or tried to live it. And, things happen. Life is life, and people bring out different things in each other, and I guess that's what makes it interesting. Some people just don't realize that, and that's, I think, the beauty of a lot of relationships, because, two people can be like oil and water and not get along, and then the same person that doesn't get along with this other person, can bring out such romanticism in someone else that it's just, seems out of character for some people. So it's an interesting thought, an interesting topic, at least to me anyway. Hopefully we'll have some interesting conversation on top of some great poetry. We're from Cosa Nostra Radio, which Rob mentioned. That was Rob Cohen, by the way, who made that announcement about our opinions. We're a poetry group on allpoetry.com, so you could find us there. I'm sorry, he mentioned that, didn't he? And I'm being redundant. So let's talk about some new stuff. I guess do we have anyone on the line yet, Razz?
Yeah, we have Headshot on the line.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Headshot. Hey. We're talking about love being blind. That's the topic I picked for tonight. So, romance is romance, and we've all had our experiences one way or the other. People have, I guess growing up, I don't know about you, but, everyone, it's like the mothers, or the father, the family's the first to chime in. It's like, oh, she's wrong for you, or, what do you see in this person? How many times have we heard that one? What do you see? Oh, my God. Yeah.
Love might,
hopefully. Yeah, go ahead.
Love might be blind. Love might be blind, but there's a lot of things you can do in the dark.
See, I like that better than love is blind, but the neighbors ain't. That was also a common expression. Love is blind, but the neighbors ain't, so close your blinds. Or the shades, rather than repeat the word blinds twice. Anyway, love is blind, but there's a lot of stuff you can do in the dark. That's a cool thought. I like that twist. Oh, yeah. Did you bring us gifts tonight?
I did.
I brought it right. And I know this is off topic, but at the same time you mentioned Love is Blind. I remember a song by the Smashing Pumpkins, I'd be suicidally depressed in 97 and abused methamphetamines. I was a teenager. It's called Shame, and the lyric was, love is good, love is blind, love is good all the time, from ABBA. So I know where you're coming from here, that you feel that love, but it's rejected, and yet it doesn't really deny that love you feel.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's off topic at all. It's really easy to circle back to the thought of love being blind. I mean, whether it's unrequited love or if it's just outright devotion to someone that doesn't know you exist, that doesn't change the feeling in your heart. And I think that's part of it, because if you could see clearer, whatever that really means to people, because again, that's another, open to interpretation expression. It's like, what do you see in someone, or the dreaded, I'm sure you've heard this one too before on dates, especially if you've dated someone. What do you bring to the table? Really? This is a business arrangement now, huh? I hate that expression. It's like, you really, I think in a relationship, when you're getting to know someone, there's got to be that learning process, whether it's online, in person, or on the phone. But, you got to find out, kind of what's going on and what you do bring out in each other, because maybe you don't have anything in common, but you still find things to talk about, because if you've got nothing in common with someone, you've had a lot to learn from them. But, I don't know. Again,
no, my girlfriend's the best. The new one I have online. She reminds me of Bryan Adams' Heaven.
If I could real quick, they say love is blind. If it's blind, then it might not be able to see you. So to say love is blind might also be to say love does not exist. I might rather choose that love just sleeps a lot and wakes up very seldomly.
And that's an awesome way to look at it too. It definitely means different things to different people. Yeah, the person that how many
if it was out there if it was out there in abundance, I believe more people would have it. Maybe it's just a rarity.
Before we go into the differences of the Quran and the Kama Sutra, Let's try to level out the love part.
Oh, those are two very different books, I think. Oh my goodness. But I guess they were written by the same faction. Oh man. Well, I guess I've kind of yapped enough. Let's get into some poetry. Razz, you wanted to drop first?
Yeah, I had to write for this occasion. It's one of my back pages, but I found it really appropriate for tonight's theme. And in this case, I'm mentioning a gentleman who's being debonair in more than one relationship, but he never really gets it right why love is blind, because every beau he tries to entice into the thought of love only ends up being rejection and the usual dating, sex or non-sex life. So here's the poem. Dear Diary. Dear Diary. Dear Diary, I met the most wonderful woman in my life, Karen. She's as perfect as white snow and the pearly gates of the unforeseen heavens. Dating was harsh and sad realities of facing others' cold sexual difference, but this time the heat fogging the showers too novel and painstaking serious. Dear Diary, we've been seeing one another for 2 months and going to various luxurious dining establishments, laughing over cocktails, snuff, and appetizers. Greater society will the power on not altering the related gossip with careless love. Dear Diary, Karen said an upsetting quirk to me today that I am more annoying than preschool toddlers and refusing to admit I lost whenever not getting my way. There was an angry pout on her precious moment face that I was unable to process, bordering of hidden resentment and daddy issue hatred. But why would I believe such graceless imposture could accumulate the wonder of her? Dear Diary, as was expected by scheduled appointment, I went over to Karen's house with a half-dozen roses as best dressed for tickets to the afternoon matinee. She was in bed with Jack Howell from office work hours at City Products, naked, and when realizing I was there, asked we should never see each other again. Jack, grumbling on the inappropriate nature of me showing up, stood in his derby-striped boxers and went holding back, wanting to start taking immediate contact hits. Dear Diary, what's with all the beautiful women of the world always looking for a new relationship? I once met one today named Elisa. She might not be Karen, but maybe this time it's going to be serious. And poem.
It's an interesting thought, and yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know about you. I tend to think, you know, when I go into a relationship, in terms of the permanence of it, not that, you know, this isn't going to work, because sometimes with that defeatist attitude, you know, that self-fulfilling prophecy, you think of it like it's going to end, and it just leads to it ending. But if you
this
kind
is
of
more
look
casual dating than having that instinct you found the right one and you're going to perform long term. Your Diary.
That's a great take on the idea too. Talking to your diary. Lovely poetic device. You did a great job expressing yourself with this too, and you know what I hate to say is probably a common occurrence, especially early on in people's dating lives and relationships, when you don't know, you know, the intentions of the other person, or sometimes, you know, they're just in it for those meals that you were talking about and the good times, and you know their idea of what's going on isn't the same as yours, and so there's no meeting of the mind. It's like you think love and they think it's,
you have
to
well, find a way. If you really have a connection with someone, they talk about you, they don't talk to you. That connection has to be there.
Yeah. Great job, Razz. What'd you think, Headshot?
Yeah, man. That's why I date homeless women. Nowadays you just never know. And then you got to deal with what they've been through, and then prove that you're not like that before they even give you a chance. Which at that point, who knows? Yeah, I thought it was a great ride.
Yeah, no, that stigma that you talk about, you know, I won't say my entire dating life, but I've always felt, you know, I had to make up for some of the assholes in the world because, you know, just about everyone's experience, they're always talking about how guys are dogs, guys are this, guys are that, and you almost want to apologize ahead of time. But, you know, then there'd be no time for dating with all the apologies we have to make. So I won't say it's understood, but it's like, you know, I have always felt that, you know, I've got something to prove that, you know, I'm different or I'm not like them. You know, and that's another thing that gets repeated all too often, you know. Sometimes, I won't say insincerely, but you know, because people tend to mean it, but, you know, they don't realize that they're just saying it because they know that's what the other person wants to hear sometimes. So, you know, that thought is an ugly one sometimes as well. You know, because how do you prove it? It's like, I'd rather you find out for yourself than hear it from me. You know, I want to know what you think. I don't want to tell you what to think, you know. Figure it out for yourself, you know. I could say, you know, a million brilliant things. You may not see it. You may not believe it. It may not come true for you. You know, it's like some people they'll say, "Oh yeah, oh no, I'm funny," and you listen to them, you're like, "No, you're not, dude." But you know, it's all open to interpretation. It's all a matter of opinion.
Yeah,
anyway.
Some guys want to buy you furniture and pay your bills. Other guys just want to keep you warm and give you something to eat.
Yeah.
We have two callers in Rack. We have Sala and Boo. They're here for the show.
Hi,
ladies,
hi.
welcome.
Hey, Boo.
Hello.
Hey. Hello, everyone. Hi.
Interesting poem, Razzle Dazzle.
And then that was a diary
on
entry.
swinging, but if you feel with that one love, then try again. You know, try again.
I think it's so interesting how you wrote those as diary entries.
Yeah.
I think that's funny. And what's with all the beautiful women of the world always looking for a new relationship? Because, you know, we're under that impression that the perfect man exists, and it doesn't. And you said, Rack, that you're always apologizing for the assholes that came before you. And that's so true. Because you got to make up for all the dicks that they were with before you that ruined it for all men. Not all men suck. I'm aware there's some good ones out there, but there's a lot of assholes out there too. But I like the way you described her with the pout that I put on the board. Pout of her precious moment face that I was unable to process, bordering on hidden resentment and daddy issues. There's a lot of those, too, broken people who never really fix themselves, so they can't even have a healthy relationship. So I think this is a unique poem, Razz, written so well. Good job.
Yeah, I've been through all those levels, TikTok, online dating, you know, hookup services, and these kinds of social affairs, they don't work. They're not the kind where you find that connection, that special connection. You really want to be with that person no matter what.
Yeah. I think I like Headshot's idea, dating the homeless women.
What did he say?
He said he likes to date homeless women.
He very tongue-in-cheek said he likes to date homeless women. At least I think it was tongue-in-cheek. I'm not going to speak for him, but
maybe Headshot's on to something, Rack. Maybe he's on to something.
That's funny.
It's funny. Oh shit! What did you read? Raz's poem?
Yes, I read it. It's an old one, I think a year ago. It's just different, as you said. It's like when you write your diary, really, really honest, and say all the thoughts from, I guess, past and present, and that's what I see here. It's like a confession, almost confessional writing.
Yeah. What was it on Saturday Night Live? Jack Handy?
I don't know.
Jack Handy, yeah. That's funny.
Jack Handy. Who's Jack Handy?
No, this is a little bit outside Robert Lowell, Sala, and kind of like Dear Abby as to writing into the journal.
Was it therapeutic, Razz?
Yeah, it got me through how much love lost I've been over the years. So I was just face it in a kind of whimsical way that, you know, you try these different relationships, they're not going to work, then why does that mean that you want to stop loving?
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to look at it.
You know, I almost don't think it's a choice. You know, I think we crave it. It's not that you feel like you want to stop loving. It's you're constantly searching for it. You're constantly looking for it. It's more of a need than a want, I think.
I don't know.
It comes when you're not looking.
I was going to say that you can't look for it. It comes to you. You can look for it. I don't know. That's what I believe.
Well, it can still come to you while you're looking. It's just usually not where you're looking. You know, that's the problem.
Usually not where you're looking. That's true.
You have to really level out what you want compared to realistic parameters. You know, the other person, they're a real human being. You can expect so much back.
Well, you know, it's funny that you mentioned realism, because a lot of the online dating profiles, they're like, you know, I won't date someone that lives more than an hour away. You know, I want to say that's kind of narrow-minded to think that you know I'm gonna fall in love with the girl next door. You know, people will get in the car and go on a road trip for days to go eat at a restaurant that they read about in the newspaper, but they won't travel more than an hour to find the love of their life. I mean, people fly across country to go on what is it, medical vacations, because the surgery in India is cheaper. So you know they actually plan their vacation time to go to another country to have a procedure done, because it's cheaper to have it done there, and they can't afford to have it done in the States. But you know, again, I'm not going to go more than 2 hours away to date someone. You know, if things happen and things click, you could always pick up stakes and move, or make adjustments and figure it out. Well, anyway, that's if you could tell, hits a little close to home.
That's a little, you know, that's what you call geographically undesirable.
Yeah. And you know, there's a practicality in that. I understand factoring that in, but I mean, you got to keep an open mind. At least I think you should keep an open mind in something like that. You know, what if you find someone that lives in India, or that lives in, you know, 12 states away, or however far away on the other side of the coast? You know, people, you know, they get visas and they move to the other country, and you know, you make things happen if your heart's into it, you know. But you got to give it a chance and find out what's going on first. You know, you got to be a little realistic about it, you know, and not just say, you know, oh, you know what, I'm going to move, and you know, I'm going to stalk you, and we're going to fall in love, and we're going to, you know, you know, that's a little crazy, but you know, if you know, you talk about it and you have, you know, phone conversations, and you find that, you know, you get close and everything else, to me that's not unreasonable. But you know, I don't know with the world today, it's a little crazy. Anyway,
yes.
Did you want to read next headshot, or did you want to wait?
Yeah, I could read next.
Well,
you're on the board. Smiles.
Okay, cool. I commented on the what you were just talking about. I put, look away and you will never find. Wait and maybe never find. Then you'll die alone and have nothing to say. Who knew you could lose so much just by looking away? So by not looking, you'll never find. And like, guess that goes a long way. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was called. This one's called Smiles and Frowns. Got a lot, or got some ranch dressing. Some choose not to chew. Die in a box with dignity and pride. Closet to hide, one is not two. He chose not to choose when he chose you. Figured you never had kids to protect, might have two. Deal it to he, is the deal ill? Does do? Does poo? Pardon me, do you have any gray poupon? If my tongue was only as fast as a dog's. Corona as peanut butter and jelly sells her up. Too slow for the hogs. Corruption without dignity and respect, without last words on your street or endless words in your house, start or select. Oops, you did it again. Who cares for a how cow when there's a win? Crime between those whom call themselves a friend. Kill me with your pretend. Best friends through the end. Need another bottle again. Best friends, but really friends. Friends, but really lovers. Lovers, but really spies. Half Chinese and two other halves. Sounds American-ish, but always aim for the calves. They focus down, a laugh or a frown. Then they did it with Brown, till there was a shot. They get mad and throw in a flag. Apples are meant to rot. The game will stop so your government, who is not doing what they should not be doing, doesn't get caught. Infiltrated neighborhoods, jails, and now cities. Maybe be below the needy-greedy. Twins, but one's a potato. Incorrect contradiction. Quit rocking the cradle. Guys, gals, boys, girls, and maybe a man and a woman. At some point, we will throw away more than we keep or make. At some point, we will have less. Must a slap with a white glove across your face be the test? McDonald's has two favorites, but Dad can't even have one. Way past done, left the rest. Smiles and frowns, no sweetheart. Concern to whom it might, Smiles and frowns, no sweetheart. Concern to whom it might be as it may. Smiles or frowns, concern yourself. Just end the poem, whatever. Boo you, dejected, apathetic mope. Boo yourself and mope. Poem and poem and poem.
Wow. Government and reflection, huh? I mean, there's a lot in there. I could see. I like the parallels between the relationship and the apathy and people, the choices that some people make, and the way government tends to stick its nose in other people's business and things like that. I mean, this is really deep. This is a great poem, Headshot. Thanks. Boo, well, Sawa, what do you think, Sawa?
I'm sorry, I couldn't help but was laughing because the way you're playing with the words, I think on purpose. You change the words and just it make us laugh. But there is in between every play, like when you play with the words, there is a message in between every time about friendship, fake friendship, real friendship, relationship, and people who do stuff but don't get away with it, corruption. You really talk. You talked about everything almost. And
I try to make you smile and cry at the same time.
Yes, like you make us, as you said, I was going to say like make us frown, and so you definitely delivered it. Well done.
Friends, lovers, and spies.
Boo, it made me laugh. Boo.
Friends are lovers, your spies is the best line there.
Boo you.
Boo.
Boo yourself.
Boo.
That's hilarious.
Boo.
You said poo right? Poo.
Does poo? Does do?
Yeah. Yeah.
What does do? Does it do or does it do?
See, I don't know if you know, Sawa, that used to be a common English expression when you poo something. If you dismiss it, you poo it.
Oh, I
remember,
know that.
pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon, the commercial with the guy in the car?
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. The ad, the advertising.
Snotty. Yeah. He's all pretentious in the car. Like, I love Grey Poupon.
Coming for Headshot, Blue?
Yeah, this is a unique way to look at it, which we would expect from Headshot anyway. But the way you read, I was laughing too at the boo part. Sawa, I just thought that was cute. I like how I got a lot or some ranch dressing. I was like, wait, what? And then it gets all dark. I figured never had kids to protect, might have too. I don't know. I kind of see people that judge other people and are pretentious and think they're better than someone else. And you're saying never to overlook someone who you might not think is your type or you might not think you would like. But if you don't give them a chance, how would you know? Sometimes those people surprise you, or you see when people say we're opposites and opposites attract. Someone you think you'd never be with, you actually click with. And then also, I think you're saying best friends through the end, never a bottle again. So sticking together through everything is what real love is, in my opinion. But the twins, one's a potato, incorrect contradiction, rocking the cradle. It's funny too, because at some point it's just like I'm like, what are you smoking? And you know, like holy shit. And then boo you, dejected, apathetic, moo, boo yourself, and moo, poem and poem. I don't know if that's for me, but it's funny. And
no, it's from Chris, the guy who married Mariah Carey. He was on stage like boo you when he's dressed up and fake it.
Yeah,
he was telling the crowd, he was like boo yourself. Yeah, and then he pulled off the mask, and everybody's like whoa.
Okay, so that's just showing your real self to people, you know. And isn't that what love is? Accepting the person through all the good and bad. It's just, and it's funny at the same time. I thought it was cool and clever. Good job, headshot.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Razzle Dazzle, comment for headshot, please.
Yeah, that last stanza really got to me. I've been knowing Boo now the last couple of months, being
not for me.
coordinator here at LCN, and she's not really boo-hoo to me. She's Boo usually wins, so I can see how they can go on trying something else different, like ho ho no, but not boo hoo. Boo.
Booyah. Booyah.
Boy.
Booyah. Salwa.
I did comment already. Thank you. I needed to laugh. I had a really long day. I'm tired.
Nick Cannon.
Work. So thank you for me.
Nick Cannon, that's his name.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was funny, headshot. Yeah, you got to put that one on the SoundCloud. Some music. I hear like music behind it.
that was a good one. All right, I guess throw mine up next. Mine's a little straightforward about that wrong person. That everyone's like, you know, how could you be with? What do you see in her?
How could you be with her? You got it, Razz. I can get the poem.
And then you break up with her because you think you're better than her, then you're left alone.
Don't worry. That's my job here right now at the studio booth. I'll put on the board for Raconteur.
You go, boy.
Right now.
All right.
Razz is trying hard to make me look good. I don't make it easy.
Nah, yes you do.
Nah.
You're a pleasure to assist, my friend.
Emphasis on ass.
What did you say, Rack? I mean, not Rack. Headshot. Then you break up with him.
And then you break up with
her. Yeah, because you're like, why are you with her? You're better than her. And then you break up with her, and then you're alone, and you're like, damn, now you can't get nobody. Like, so you got to settle for I don't want to say trash, but a little less sometimes.
No, you know what my sister calls those? Gap fillers. They're just gap fillers until you find the right one. You can't love the one you're with.
It's like a baby step.
You're not supposed to give up on a single person you give your heart away to, headshot. You have to go on thinking about them even after you break up.
Yeah. Oh, that's adorable. Razz, you've gotten so softy lately.
What's the point? Otherwise, I'm just going to be ranting on politics and being drunk.
Well, we like that
funny,
side
Razz.
of you, too.
I have resisted to these other positive messages here. I like them. There's love at the family.
Drunks are some of the best people. It's the ones who can't handle their alcohol who ruin it for all the cool drunks.
Oh yeah.
No kidding.
No,
cool
that's
drunk.
not true. I don't drink.
The cool.
I don't drink. I don't ruin it for anyone.
No, she's
mind
saying
my own
he's
business.
saying the people that he's talking about the angry drunks, you know? Because I know what you mean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, who's talking to me? Are you talking to me?
I love you, man. I love you, man.
Oh,
okay.
No, that's the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
It's like instant answer.
I have your link on the board, Black.
You have the SoundCloud?
Who has to play the SoundCloud?
Play SoundCloud?
No, I thought
Hold on.
Yeah. I think it's already in there. I didn't upload it because I thought it was already there, but I probably should have looked. If not, then we can go to maybe Sawa and I'll upload it.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Razz. I thought.
That's
all right.
Okay.
It takes
like
5 seconds in the back.
Blood Moon, and there's...
No, it's okay. I'm going to upload it. I'm going to upload it, and while you do Sawa, and then we'll come back with Razz, okay? Shit.
Oh, Sky said she's been on hold for 15 minutes, guys.
Who?
Sky? She said she's been on hold.
Sky.
Okay.
Yes, been hold.
Okay.
Okay, do you have my phone, Razz, or do you want me to put it?
Yeah, you put
Razz?
it Sawa.
Oh,
you
sorry.
put it Sawa.
I didn't know what's going. Okay, I will. Where is today?
Thank
I'm
you.
so confused.
Well, I have his phone right here. I
you do? Okay.
Is that cold as ice, Black, or just Black cold?
No.
It's cold-blooded.
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 Okay.
No. Yeah, I don't have that one there on audio clips.
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna put Sky on a second. Hold on, Sala.
I put mine
here so she can hear you.
I was gonna check the lines, but I'm doing like 4 or 5 things right now.
I have it. I put it on.
Okay.
I put it on. I have it.
Okay, we got it. Let's just let Sky in first.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Sala's up on the board. And is that Sky? Mrs. Sky Holmes, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Hey, Sky.
Hey, Tom. Major Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey, Holmes. Talking about Love is Blind tonight.
Love is very
Yes, I've been
blind.
listening.
How you doing, Miss Sky?
I'm excited to hear Salwa's poem. Doing good, Razz. How are you?
Hey, baby.
Very well.
Sorry, I missed. I got from work late today. Sorry, I missed it today. Over there. But here we go.
Okay, Sawa.
Okay. If I knew, si je savais, si lo avevo saputo, lo kuntu a'lam. I'm going to start from the bottom to the top. لو كنت أعلم أن البحر سيغرق قلبي ما أبحرت وأن دموعي ستدفن في أحلامي ما بكيت وأنك ستصبح الكذب ما أحببت. Se lo avessi saputo che il mare mi avrebbe affogato il cuore, non avrei navigato, che i miei crimini moriranno, i miei sogni non avrei pianto, che le bugie diventerebbero su te, non avrei amato. Si je savais que la mer noierait mon cœur, je n'aurais pas navigué, que mes larmes mouriront dans mes rêves, je n'aurais pas pleuré, que les mensonges deviendront toi, je n'aurais pas aimé. If I knew that the sea would drown my heart, I would not have sailed, that my tears would die in my dreams, I would not have cried, that the lives would become you, I would not have loved. End of poem.
Wow. Talk about falling for the wrong person. You capture that beautifully. And again, I mean, for me, it comes through, not only that love is blind, that other thought that you see things in people sometimes, and unfortunately, you see things that aren't there, which I guess feeds into the blindness a little bit. But our hearts, at least mine, I know, you kind of want what you want sometimes, and you refuse to look beyond things and see, red flags, as it were. And sometimes, I almost want to say, you can't really confront someone with something unless you have some kind of evidence or proof. When you're in the middle of a relationship or something, if someone says something and you don't believe them, I don't know. It's a tough position to be in. It really is. But yeah, I appreciate the idea that you bring out, though, Salwa. About going. Most of us, we don't go into it with the idea of well, I'm going to keep trying until I get it right. Each time we do it, it's with the hope that this is the right one. This is the right one. And sometimes you just can't know. So there's a lot of uncertainty sometimes, and it emphasizes the need for the trust and communication that makes a relationship work. That was beautiful thought and beautifully written, Salwa. Thank you.
Thank you, Raconteur.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sky, I know you want to comment.
Yeah, it was an excellent piece. Salwa, your brevities are always very hard-hitting, and I think the way that you do them with each language, I'm sure each one has a bit of a change in the meaning, and I always, I don't know, that always makes me smile that you take the time to kind of translate them in different ways. I think that, if I knew the sea would draw in my heart, I would have not sailed. And there are so many things, that we can say, well, I felt like I wasted this much time. And I know I've been there, especially with one. I'm like, oh, I wasted 4 years of my life with this person. But then I think about it, and, you kind of have to swallow that loss and then kind of remember, well, salvage something that you've learned from that. Whether it be, where you think, well, this was so negatively impactful to my life. Well, maybe at the end of it, you say, well, never again. I'll put my standards higher, or I'll look for those red flags next time. And it's always easier, obviously, to say than to actually do. Of course, there is, no matter how much positivity, there is still that bitterness of wasted life and wasted space in yourself that you give to this other person that obviously may not deserve it. And then, of course, that loss at the end. And it doesn't matter if, it was an unhealthy relationship. There's still that loss at the end that you can't just help but feel. And hopefully, even in those negative situations, those negative, unhealthy relationships, there's something to salvage at the end to say, hey, I won't put myself in this position again, or I won't do this, even if it's all the I won'ts instead of the I will. So very well done.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Sorry,
much.
thank you.
Guys, can you comment for Salwa, please?
Yeah, what I see in this poem is a little bit different, and it's that you reach your limits of loving. You cry all you want. Your heart drowns. You sail over those tears. You die in your dreams. You become their lies just to understand them better. And without them, truly, you have not learned every last way of which to know love.
Thank you so much, Razz.
Boo.
Yeah, that's kind of, well, I don't know, see it this a different way. Like, if you never take a chance on love, and if you never try, then you're never going to find it. It might hurt after the fact, and you might get your heart broken, but if you don't try, then you'll never know. This also speaks of a lot of regret, too, because, you're crying, and, you have the tears and everything, but I don't think that you would change it or give it up because you had that time. I don't know from, right? But if you don't take a risk, then you'll never really know love. That's, and then there's the if, coulda, shoulda, woulda thing. You could kill yourself with that all day, you know. But this person may have hurt you, but maybe the next person won't. So it's always about taking a chance, I think. And I like the picture, too. Good job. And look at that in 3 languages. Jesus, you're a stud.
Thank you. No, really, honestly, I just loved. I don't want to lose them. That's the reason I write this language. Otherwise, I would lose it. And there's so much emotion.
Yeah, you got to practice.
And this,
I agree. Yeah.
Otherwise, emotion. I had to put it there when it's important for me.
Yeah, I'm glad. You know, we've got people listening from all over the world. So I'm glad that they can actually hear in their native language. In some cases, you know, if you know, not everyone can offer that, so it's a lovely addition to, you know, the other thoughts. And like Sky said, I really appreciate that you take the time to change the language and the verbiage, because it does mean different things in different languages, and some phrases just don't translate, and some thoughts just don't, you know, come across the same way. So, you know, for everyone that yells at you that it's not correct, I just want to say,
you're funny, Rocco.
and that's a technical assessment. Headshot, you get the last comment for Salwa's poem.
Yeah, I would just say that we all have a role to play. Men have to be extra hard, and women have to be extra soft, or people are like, hey, this is out of place. For women, they cry, and the world adjusts to them. For some men, like you can cry every day. It's not going to make a difference. It'll make you less of a man, if anything, if you do it too much. There's no crying in baseball. And as far as drown my heart, or I would not have sailed. I'm sorry. If I knew that the sea would drown my heart, I would not have sailed. Our women are very heartful and loving and how we want them, and some of our men are not. Some guys have to do the dirty job, and that's all they see is dirt. So they don't believe that cleanliness exists. And as far as that my tears would die in my dreams, I would not have cried. As for guys, like, we can't cry and our dreams come true. We have to break a leg, die, lose your kids, pay child support, kill a dog, and look at and listen to a bunch of stuff we don't want to. And then so those are different roles, and we're both necessary. So we both work together. I thought it was a great write.
Thank you so much. Thought.
Did you come to listen, Sky, or did you want to read something?
I did bring you something miserable and depressing.
It's funny.
Are you going to drop the link on the board, Sky?
Yeah, but I'll wait till Rex plays, if that's okay. I'll wait for one more and listen to Rex, if that's all right with you guys. Yeah.
Oh, no, we welcome your company. I just don't like keeping you up past your bedtime.
No, yeah, I can't. I won't be able to stay for more than that, but I will stay for yours if you put it up there.
I appreciate that. All right, Razz, you heard the lady.
I don't have that sound card in the audio studio part. Boo.
It's in there. It's uploaded under 111 Rack, Cold-Blooded.
It's just called 111 Rack? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look that up right now.
Thanks, Razz.
All right. Otherwise, I'll see if I can grab it.
Is the link on the board?
I was there.
I know it was there before, so I don't know.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I just put it back. Here we go. I put it back.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Nope. Thanks, guys.
I'm
Radio.
Well, Boo, can you do it for me? Because I keep messing this up here. I can't find the clip.
I can't find the Boo.
Boo?
No, Boo, Boo,
She's
Boo.
I think she's there.
No, it's coming up. I got it for you. I got it. 1 second. 1 second. Here you go.
Cold-Blooded by Raconteur. Her eyes were green, revealing the serpent within, constricting my dreams before her ivory fangs ever touched skin. Venomous words administered through innuendo and lies, mesmerizing gyrations complete her disguise. I'm simply not interesting enough to charm this viper, nor can I play the flute, so I'm forced to pay the piper. Intoxicated by the thought of her, as predicted, I seal my fate. Grabbing my cell phone, I ask her out on another date. End poem.
Yeah, definitely, Rack. And I'm feeling here, this is one of those relationships that you go off and on the phone, and what's cold-blooded is, do you ever really know this person, or just the talks you have on the phone? That's my view on the piece.
Thanks, Razz. On hold? but some guys like to be held.
True.
We have Laughing Soul and Headshot came back into the room. Laughing
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Jenny. Hello, Boo.
Hi, G.
Hey, Rack. Hi. Hi, Razz.
Hello, Miss Soul.
Headshot. Hello. I don't know who else is here.
Hello.
Guy's hiding in the corner, too.
I told her, hi, Sky, my darling, sweetheart.
Razz, you want to run comments, or
should I go ahead and comment on this? Right.
If you like.
I love you. I like this. Well, it's perfect for the theme that you have chosen, love is blind. But in your words, I find an honest lover, somebody who's so intoxicated in loving the other person that he seals his fate, ignoring all the red flags, because somewhere he feels there is a lot more to, than the vampire that she, portrays herself to be. And it is so true, sometimes we love loving the other person. Maybe it's their soft stories or, it is their vulnerability that they show us despite all the, despite all the walls that they have built. That we just love loving them so much. We want to give them everything, every single drop of love that is there in us, And whether they want it or not, your poem doesn't speak about, it clearly states that she has shown you her fangs, but still you want to continue giving her a chance. Maybe you still see the vulnerable side. Maybe you still feel, or maybe you just sold out to the soft stories, and like I was. So, but yeah, even the feeling of loving someone is so beautiful that it enriches you. And love is not only blind; it's dumb, deaf, whatever you may call, but it is beautiful. Thanks for this.
Thank you, sir. Sky, can you comment?
Yes, I'd love to. I love this one. You know, I've read it before. I love everything in this folder. And I keep saying this folder, but I think I just like everything you write. So we're just going to leave it at that. I think that there's so much when you're trying to, I guess, you know, flash your colors and get the attentions of someone, and then you say, to charm this viper, nor can I play the flute, so I'm forced to pay the piper. And it definitely does. It feels like I guess that when you can't, there's a little bit of an inadequacy when you try so hard for something that just can't be for whatever reason. And no matter what the reasons are, if they're good or bad, you know, if they're well-intentioned or not, it hurts the same. And I think even if when no one's at fault, and even if they are at fault, it doesn't matter. It still hurts the same when you're trying to gain the affections of someone and it's just not returned. And sometimes it becomes a battle, a back and forth. And you say, you know, I ask again for another date. And it just seems like sometimes we can just be, you know, a glutton for punishment and unable to let it go. And even when we should, you know, definitely has a lot in this piece.
Thanks, Sky.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Sawa, can you comment?
Sawa,
you got to come up with
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on mute. I'm talking to myself. My apologies. I really like it. It's very rich. There is so much. The word choice is incredible. Say so much venomous words administrated through innuendo and lies, mesmerizing, creation, complete her disguise. Even before that, where you say constricting my dreams. When someone constricts your dreams, you know there's already a sign there. And even though she's disguised, when you like someone, you put those feelings on the side. You know she's lying, you know she's disguised, but you still don't want to believe it. I think that's what I see here, because you're anticipated by the thought of her, as you said. And you see my fate, and you still want give her another chance. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm not going to. I'm wrong about this. That's what I see here. And I think so many of us do this. We have the signs, but we neglect them, the instinct that we have, natural instinct, and we don't listen to them. That's really a great right.
Thank you, Sawa. And the word that you picked out, the constricting your dreams, the common phrase everyone says is crushing your dreams, but because I'm talking about the serpent, I chose constricting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done.
Can I comment?
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, no offense by this, but I wrote, there has been many a man to come before you, better men that have broken every wall or hill with their lives, so others may walk too. Can't even imagine all they've been through. What women want. If you think you'll be the one to figure her out, kudos to you.
Thanks, Headshot. Appreciate that. And Razz, what'd you think?
Yeah, like I was telling you, outside the cell, and the reaction Headshot just had, the other panelists, I'm saying, you know, what a woman really wants is what a man should also want. And if you're going to get closer, then you have to try to fulfill each other's needs.
Thanks, Razz. And Boo, you get the last word.
Great. I think that this is like a cautionary tale, sort of, and because, like Dee said, you know, you overlook those red flags, you know, things that you love about them, you wind up resenting and hating. And things that she's showing you that you overlook. Maybe she'll change. Maybe that person, but that doesn't happen. What you get, usually what you get. And you can accept it. We don't want to see those things that we see later. And I know you, Rack, I know you believe so much in love, and you're a good guy who believes in finding the right one and all of that. And so you're, you know, a sweetheart. I hate to say it, I'm not trying to embarrass you, I'm just saying. But you are a believer, you do believe. So once this happens to you, keeps happening to you over and over again, you start to think, like, what the fuck? I mean, is anybody even real anymore or what? And there's a lot of people out there that aren't. They like to hurt people and they like to play with people's hearts. And they think it's a game. And those are the ones that you should avoid. But, you know, we're so drawn to them because we want to know them. And also they're good bullshitters, good liars. So you get sucked into them too. But keep believing, Rack, because you're lovely. Good poem.
Thanks, Boo. That's right, Sky.
You're welcome.
Did you have a link?
Yeah, the board's locked, so I just put it straight on the board. I hope that's okay.
Yeah.
So here's my miserable poem. This is like 8 years old, and it's very different. It's very bare. Well, it's not very different because I do have a lot of pieces like this, but you can tell it's my older because it's a little bit, it's very fast flowing. It's meant to be spoken. So here, I haven't read it in a while, so here we go. Here goes nothing. And it's miserable. This is like, you know, when you say love, is love blind? That was your question tonight. There are so many times when you just, it's over and you shouldn't go back to this person, but yet you just keep doing it, you know? So this is how love can be blind to that fact where you just got to let it go. You got to walk away. Castles, and it goes pretty fast, Rack, so sorry about that. Castles and Mahogany Boxed Heart by Sky Darkholm. I wish that I could be clever. I wish that I never let you break through this haze when you cross my borders and render everything in disorder, then disintegrate. Words like a braided broth against my lips, pouring down my throat with each phantom kiss. Pebbled sentences that skip along reflected sills as I fill in the blanks, twirl in a garden of broken hearts and medieval windmills. But your insecurities have castled cobblestone blockades, and I know not the words, the right things to say, fingers splintering against my castled, mahogany boxed heart. As I try to unhinge, place myself back into the dark, as you break in and break down months of what I had to fix, with only the sound, the smile of your lips, as I try to hold in grip of every piece of me I had to salvage. But it's no use, my fingers bending loose, and I can't help but weep as you evaporate into yourself, leaving me dry along the ridge of you, as if I were held captive on Moat's bank, unable to leave, cold and broken, nor tread at the bottomless bed of disheveled earth. And I wish I could hide away on that island forge, crumpled like paper, but you've learned how to swim, hung in my lungs like vapor, a breath of you and all those skipping words. Swallow my pride, beg, despite the disappointment and hurt, all the while grasping, trying to inhale, to sail onward with my life, to learn a new poetic device. But you bring me down like a landslide, a tumbling tide, and will I ever recover from February's fall, when the last leaf browned in your eyes, and sorry said it all? I wonder now, stranded with one headlight, searching for myself with a spotlight. And perhaps I should accept the part of me died at dawn, when I realized that love that once stripped from your lips was gone. Was it ever really there? A question I asked myself when I dip into the well of despair. Tell me, will I ever be able to repay this debt, the one I put on the loan the day that we met, and I invested my future in your eyes? Will I ever get back those promises tucked in the palm of your hand that stifled through like sand? You tried to return them once, but I wasn't ready to accept, and now they're lost, wandering somewhere out there. And I'm filled with regrets. I'm having a war with myself, trying to find those promises you packed in jars and placed on a shelf so that I can break them, so that I can move on, perhaps regain a semblance of self. And if I could unhinge this mahogany heart, I'd reverse it to a time before it beat the rhythm of yours, before it stranded on sorrow's shores. I would unscrew each bolt until this cavity was left bare as I would craft a wooden box, carve it with the word gutted on each side, place it in my chest so that when you asked, I would have nothing there to give, so that I wouldn't have to relearn how to live or hear the breaking, the tragedy ticking, unrhythmic and off-key, while I stand on the outside this tower waiting for change, watching you crash, then evaporate. Vapor in my chest, the lasting wet, tears of all those moments dismantled, and yet I let you break through the haze, cross my borders, render everything in disorder, until you disintegrate. Swallow words like a braided broth against my lips, pouring down my throat with each phantom kiss, pebbled sentences that sip along reflective sills as I fill in the blanks and still twirl in gardens of broken hearts and windmills, fingers splintering against my castled mahogany boxed heart, tucked in the palms of your hands as if I were an endless sieve of sand and poem. And it is meant to be read faster, but I read it a little bit slower for you, Rack, so it is meant to be a little bit faster. But.
That was cool. I love the metaphors throughout. Every time I had a line that I wanted to try and remember, you threw another one at me that kind of overrode it. So, the mahogany heart, the two lines before it about the windmills, that plays at the old idea of Don Quixote tilting at windmills for me. But the overall feeling, I think, that really struck me more than anything was, Princess Bride. Have fun storming the castle. You know, the whole idea of that, like that, the structure of it, the siege mentality of it. It's so relatable. From the pebbles to the way that you described the smile. I mean, all of it was just speaks of. Like you said, it's not really what anyone I would hope would consider wasting their time. It's just. I guess the whole lesson learned idea of you don't know until you try. There's a lot of emotion wrapped in this, and a lot of I wouldn't even call it regret, just sadness. You expected more, and you were kind of let down. You thought it could have been something beautiful, and it turned out to be, not what you saw, and all those things are so heartbreaking, and when you love, you tend to see not so much. Well, I guess you do see things that aren't really there, but it's when they don't come true that realization hits you harder. It was beautiful, Sky. I really enjoyed it very much. Even 8 years ago, you were writing stuff that was just phenomenal. This is gorgeous. Razz, what'd you think?
Yeah, the tone of voice read this slow only emphasized more of the words. And here I feel a kind of condemnation as to what's represented by the mahogany heart. It's one that's of wood. It's one that splinters. It's one that can actually crucify instead of endearing or coming to terms with what it loves. And so here there's a sense of self-crucifixion. There's a sense that what there is with this mahogany and so much of its existence really brought about a tragic state of affairs as to what had been boxed and castled, and that was all of the potential that there was in the relationship until the heart was treated no more but a knife which had somehow carved into the box.
Thank you, Razz.
chat. Can you comment for Sky?
Sorry.
How about you?
Can I comment?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Sally.
Yes. Okay. I love this poem. There's so much in this. The metaphor of the box and mahogany, and how you really took us from the beginning. You wishing that you was clever. When you get hurt, you feel like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I just let this happen? Why I was not clever enough? You really took us from every, like, inside of you, every emotion that you went through, and very openly, but it's very deep, and you can feel the hurt, the regret, the choice of words is incredible, and the insecurity even that came through. And I know, where is it, the question? Where is it? Make you doubt. Did it really happen? No, that didn't happen, because everything changed, and like you don't believe in even there was something. It's incredible, really. And sail on with my life to learn a new poetic device. But you bring me now like a landslide, tumbling tide, and then you think you never recover, stranded. You just think it really takes us from every one emotion to another. Was it really there? A question I ask myself when I dip into that well of despair, and then you go from despair to regret and the promises that happen. I just in awe of the front of this, and I like how you did the circle. You started with, in the beginning, if I'm correct, the haze. Let you break down through the haze, and you bring it up at the end again. How it's like a circle. You ended up with the same. Really brilliant. I like it very much. You just have a way with words. Sky, incredible. The metaphor is really strong. I find it the haze. I really like this poem. Really well done.
Yeah, and it was meant to envelope, because the whole piece was about circling back and not moving forward.
Exactly.
So it was a circle.
That's what I see.
The poem itself was supposed to circle back. Yeah, thank you for catching that. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And boom.
Yeah, I agree with everybody else. This is amazing. I already nominated for the front page. I don't know if it's been there yet, but
you beat me. You beat me.
I beat you, Stella. And by the way, also headshots on hold. Just FYI.
There's no beating. You could both nominate it.
And yours too, Rack. And yours too, Rack. And Razz, everyone today.
Yeah. This is sort of like about regretting it to me, letting somebody in, and then you say all the time you had to spend to repair the damage that this person brought to you, and it's like a lifelong thing, because you never really get over it. They just break another piece of you, make you feel more insecure, and you to the point where you doubt yourself. They disintegrate words like bated breath from my lips pouring down with each phantom kiss. I like your rhyme too there. The whole thing is good. And, she unhinged you. She broke you, damaged you, obliterated you to the point where you think you'll never be one again. You'll never be whole again. It takes a long time to get back to that place where you feel like you're whole again. And that doesn't come with a person. That comes only with you. But this is, someone who really, really destroyed you. And you kind of get angry and pissed off when you read it, like you just want to kick this person's ass or something, because they just hurt you so much. And you say, searching for myself with a spotlight, because you don't know who you are anymore. Severe hurt there. I felt this way before, and it's a terrible way to feel, but, hopefully you got over it, because this is from 2014, and realized that you're beautiful and worth it, and, they're hopefully regretting they lost you. Good poem.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I say something?
I still love you, baby.
I don't think you can.
Did G comment it? I didn't want to interrupt her first. Let her. Did G comment?
No, she didn't comment.
Yeah, okay, that's her comment. So I just I didn't mean to.
I wasn't sure if she dropped or not. A headshot on hold. I wasn't sure either.
Okay. G? I just wanted to say that actually Casey's been writing comments for both of you, for Raconteur and for Sky on the board. I just wanted to say that. That's what.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want me? She said something for you, Raconteur. Do you want me to read it, Casey?
Yeah.
Yes. I think it sounds more like Rack. He deserves it. Can't play the flute, so got to play the piper. I have no idea. And then there was gonna be girls that like the flute, but there are also girls that like the drums. So try the drums.
Oh, that's cute.
And she said something for Sky too. I think Sky wonderful use of powerful image to bring emotion. It was like watching a movie and felt very warm, although uncomfortable, beautiful by design. Sorry, I just had to acknowledge what you put there.
Thank you, Sawa.
My pleasure.
Did you drop?
Next in order of recital was the callers.
Oh, gee.
Next, Mrslilboo.
Where is
what about G? And headshots on hold.
Oh, she's unmuted.
She's on hold again.
She's unmuted.
You got soul.
Yeah.
All right. Before Boo.
Can you unmute? Okay. No, can you unmute? Well, that's what we want you to do. That's all.
I did. Headshot, are you there?
No, it's G.
Oh, yeah, I just got back on.
Okay. Did you hear Sky's poem, A Headshot?
I did. I can comment on the last. It was so long, I went straight to the bottom. So I got the last line: an endless sieve of sand. A sieve is a drain or of sand. So I mean, an endless of sand is to be lost in the sand, which she implied to make a circle. Naturally, we walk in a circle when nothing's around, and we just end up right back where we are. So we have to work together so that we work in the correct direction, because naturally we're misguided. It was a great ride.
Thank you, Headshot.
Walking aimlessly on the beach in circles, that reminds me when I was a kid.
And G?
Who's on the board?
Is G back?
You dropped.
She said
You dropped.
Oh, she dropped again?
Unmute me. She said unmute me.
Now she's on mute.
She dropped.
Yeah, she said unmute me.
Yeah, she's here again. All right, then, okay.
Hello, my God, thank God. Thank you.
There was a
Sorry about that. Thank you, Scott.
Unmute, like I'm going.
I see you jumping up and down.
Yeah, just look at this rack. I lost so much of my weight jumping. And Sky, my beautiful, you have such a perfect title for your beautiful heart, Mahogany, And, I was just admiring, you love weaving fairy tales and stories, and even your love, you have, in this poem, the way you have woven words together into different bits and pieces. But what I take from here is that you compare your heart to mahogany, which is so rare and which is so precious. And, what made me laugh is that this wood is illegal as a matter of both in U.S. and international law. It is illegal to trade in it, to import it and to possess it. So you better change the title, because to own your heart, somebody needs a license, So
I have applied for one already. Oh my goodness. That's so accurate, though.
And my darling Sky, it is harder and more durable than oak, but softer than maple. And that is your voice says it, that your heart is actually so beautiful, and somebody really special should get it, to treat it like mahogany. And I wish you all the best, and love you, girl.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so nice to hear you live. Thank you.
Oh, they don't make too many like Sky.
Thank you for calling, Sky.
Listen, I have bookmarked everybody that is here commenting, and Casey as well. And I will leave you guys some love on your poems. I've bookmarked you guys all, but I do have to head away. Good night. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Sky. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Sky. You're always loved you at LCN.
Thank you, Razz. Good night, Mama Cakes, Rex, Stella, everybody. There's so many people. Everybody, good night.
Dedicated to you.
Good night.
Talk to you, baby cake. Okay. This one's called Abstract. No, I have to go. I'm sorry because I have to go do something at work really quick. So is that okay? G?
Of course.
Yeah, my God. Okay, I'll be here still around, but I have to go check somebody who's freaking out. Okay, so this is called Abstract Distractions. Okay, you're always my favorite what if, tasting each flavor like abstract art, smelling the slightest change and soaking the beat sound of my heart, inhaling the crisp air of an ocean breeze, caressed by tempos and harmony that sparse the sweet aroma noticed by the ease, drowning deep in tears flowing, guilty alibi soaking the tongue, navigated by melodies controlling, heart-slicing skin and searing each lung, piano melodies fully fine-tuned, gathering the missing to advance, using each process to overcome a wound, yet still the wish for a slight given a chance. End poem.
Wow. I think that is my favorite what if. You know, the thoughts of that, you know, it speaks directly to the fact that you know, love can be blind. There's always that possibility that I won't say hope, but you know, that lingering feeling. I guess it's really it's a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful poem, Boo. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Can you comment for Boo?
She just wrote it. I mean, like, she's gone crazy poet, you know. And emotions, you just need to give her a hint that okay, go on, and she can actually, you know, drown you in verses and verses and verses of emotions. This again, you know, she puts her heart right out there. You are all my favorite what if, tasting each flavor like an abstract art. I mean, you know, sometimes you just can't stop loving a person despite whatever they have done to you, and you still somewhere deep down care. And, you know, the wounds in the process, you know, you just keep rubbing salt on your own wounds. But, well, love is blind, and we are here for that. And what do I say? Like, you know, foolish people who give second chances. But as I said, that, you know, the feeling itself is so beautiful to love somebody. And, you know, so, well, it's a beautiful gift, and you are beautiful. I love you, my darling.
Thank you.
This is so you, Boo. This is so you, you know. You not only give your heart out, you also go out of your way to do whatever you can for everyone you are in, you know, who's there in your life. And I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me. You know, you have held me close in my most fuck it, now I'm not going to say anything more.
I know
you're the best. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much, Steve.
Yeah, thank you.
Love
and
you.
Razz, what'd you think?
Yeah, there's plenty of what ifs, but it's better, you know, when you find a person who answers those what ifs and it's real as you feel love could be now.
you, Razz. Thank you, Razz.
Sawa?
Oh, I love your, Boo, something very special about you. Really, I agree with you. You put so much emotion. And this one, I don't know, I see it differently. Maybe it's me. I see it, there's so much, you miss this person so much, as you say it at the end, where it's gathering the missing to advance. There's desire and longing for all the sensation, actually. You put the smelling, the tasting, every single sensation there, the contact, the human contact. You miss it so much. That's what I see. I don't know, maybe it's me. And you wish there's a chance. That's what I see. What if only all of these sensations can be real, like not only between the oceans. That's what I see. And that's really beautiful. You speak your heart.
The picture is the prompts for the contest, so yeah, but you're right.
Yeah. Headshot, you get the next word.
I would just say some people care more than others. Some people help more than others. Some people try something and then quit and never try again. Others know that those who have never made a mistake have never tried nothing new. We're not America because we give up and quit. We're America because we don't give up and we don't quit and we help each other out. That's why we're the best. That's a great right.
Thank you. Thanks, Headshot. True. If you quit, you'll never know.
I got to add that I think it speaks to the emotion of love itself. The endurance of it. Love is blind. So it's not so much that you end up ignoring all those faults, or even peering at them through the rose-colored glasses. It's the honesty of the emotion itself. It's that feeling that you just can't shake. If it's a true feeling inside of you. To me, it's just one of those things that even if the person doesn't deserve your love, you love them anyway. It's how many of us have that black sheep of the family that just steals from the family or does something despicable, manipulates daddy's will or does whatever. There's still blood. You hate what they did. You hate the idea, but you still love the person. So I think that's kind of what you
can't just
part
turn
of
it
what
off.
Yeah,
love doesn't require two people.
Yeah, you can't just turn it off. If you could, there would never be heartbreak, right? If only it was that easy.
Well, that's not to say people don't make that tough decision and say, I'm not talking to you. But it would hurt them. That doesn't mean you don't love them necessarily. It just means that, you decided that they're unhealthy and you can't have them in your life. I mean, that's another thing that happens, which is also very heartbreaking, again, the love doesn't care about that, and that's why it still hurts. You could tell your sister, I'm never going to talk to you again because of what you did, but at the same time you still love her because she's your sister. But you could be determined not to talk to her again because of what she did. So that's why it hurts. Anyway, I'm done. G, you brought us presents.
Yeah.
You
I
brought
have
us
a song class for you.
I'm sorry, what?
She has a sound.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I'll do it now. Oh, I didn't see it.
It could be an old one.
Do we have Casey? Did Casey write? We'll put her up next.
Yeah, we'll do Casey. Yeah. Sorry, I'll download you, G. I didn't see it.
No issues. And Headshot, it's not only America. It's humans all over the world. There are people who...
I agree.
Especially in India, you still have the concept of joint families, even though we are rich enough to... I own 3 houses. But we live together, my parents, my brother, and me, because... sometimes I really break my brother's head, but we love each other. We stay together. We uplift each other. We do a lot of charity. And let me tell you, friendships are very strong in India. It's not like,
not only
a fast-paced life. So, everywhere. I agree with you, Salva. I don't like this Headshot. Every time you try to poke some negative comment on people from other countries. So please watch out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to put down anybody. I just meant to push us up.
You have a couple of times before, and
it's not very nice. So it's not very nice.
Be kind. Be kind. Nice. If you are so proud of being an American, be kind and show it. So
I agree.
Thank you. What was it that Rob said? The opinions expressed. Oh.
No, it's true. I mean, you have to be respectful of other people. You have to be respectful of other people. You can be proud of who you are, but you can't put other people down. That's not very okay. You upset a lot of people like this headshot. If you mean it or not.
I'm not sure what I said, but I mean, I'm not the only person that believes that you shouldn't quit. They tell us don't quit. That's just what we do. That's what we say. So we can't agree with quitting when everybody's like, don't quit.
Anyway, I mean, you don't see it, but you do this a lot. You really you don't see it, unfortunately, but you do it a lot. I have to agree with this.
Sometimes what he says, there's more than one way to take it too, because by saying that this is something that we do doesn't mean that nobody else does it. He's just proud of the fact that we do it.
Yeah, it's not like that, Sala or Laughing Soul. Headshot talks about more than one type of culture.
It's not just this comment,
when he's interpreting
it's not just this comment.
poetry.
Earlier,
yes,
it's not anyone in particular about those countries of which he's stating, but certain individuals there.
Yeah, no, I understand what I'm sorry, G. Yeah. I know where you're coming from, but don't. It's right now. It's okay.
Let's just start here because there are a couple of comments earlier which I don't want to bring it up right now. So just let's start it here.
Why don't we just move this show along?
Talk about
Back, we have Casey Day. Is someone going to repeat the poem? Maybe one of these lovely girls here.
Sawa,
I'm sorry. I'd be glad to read it. The Haze of Dawn by Casey. Is there a piece I haven't seen behind the picket fence lining of our dreams, between the fantasies you left inside of me? What did you hope to find? Is there a piece you had in mind to pay for all that moment that I just can't leave behind? Don't you crave my touch? Can it heal the pieces we broke? The last time we spoke before the sun woke, time trickled and our tears turned to smoke. Hide under lies, so paper thin, missing the light in your eyes. I am the one who said goodbye, but you are the one who's gone. It's all wrong. Feel you growing in my skin. I did you wrong, and now you're gone. End of poem.
Wow, that's beautiful, Casey. I like the repetition for emphasis at the end, but the whole piece itself is very somber and I won't say chilling, but it's got that nagging, that feeling to it that just nags at you, I guess, is what really, it's beautiful. I really liked it. Let me see if I can get you a couple of better comments. I'm sorry. Razz, can you comment for Casey?
Yeah, here it's definitely one of true loss where a person was emotionally blind of what they had, and what they had only seemed so much less significant than what remained once they were shut away and rejected. In this case of having someone dumped, they wrote the words, I did you wrong, I did you wrong, I did you wrong, and now you're gone. And that's like a litany of expressing how sorry you were that they really won't be coming back.
Comment, Razz. That kind of sparks a little more about what I was trying to say, I guess, too. You know, when you say love is blind, there's different things that you could be blind to, and just like you mentioned, you know, sometimes people are blind to what it is that they have, not necessarily what it is that they thought that they saw or anything like that. It's, you know, the idea of what's right in front of you. Great observation, Razz. Sal, what do you think?
This is really deep. I love how she's asked all these questions that you, what did you hope to find? Is there a price you had in mind? There's so many questions that when the relation is ended, you really question everything, and she put it there, but then hide under lies so paper thin, missing the light. When lies, really, you cannot hide them. I love this expression, so paper thin, because lies can never, whatever people think they can hide their lies, at the end, they are like paper thin. They cannot hide. Even though she said, I'm the one who said goodbye, but you are already gone because of his lies, of what he did. And it's just the way she expressed herself, and I agree, the repetition again and again. I did wrong, and now you're gone. It's just it's heartbreaking, but beautifully expressed. I really like her writing. Amazing write. She put her heart all in there, and the pictures. I love the image that she put there too.
Great comment, Sal. G, can you comment for Tracy?
Oh, I feel you. I feel you in the words, the pain, the longing, the yearning, you know. The title itself, The Haze of Dawn, wherein, you know, you are hoping for a new start, but you still can't get over your, you know, still blinded by the fantasies and the dreams which were shown to you, which were probably all lies. And, you know, finally, you know, when you have broken out from the clutches of a relationship which is based on lies, but you still somewhere, you know, yearn and long to be with the person. And I didn't get when she says, I did you wrong, because the poem, I think, speaks about she being the one who's been shown dreams and left completely in a pool of paper-thin lies, and now you're gone, and she misses every single, you know, this is what I think most of us go through, you know, the tug and war of letting go, forgetting, forgiving, and still yearning. And she's very, very honestly put her emotions down over here. Sending you a warm hug, dear Casey.
Just a comment. I'm guessing Boo ran off to do whatever it was that she was.
No, I'm back.
Oh, did you hear Casey?
Yeah, I did. And I think well, to me, what stuck out is I'm the one who said goodbye, but you're the one who's gone. Like, she checked out long before he checked out. I mean, long before she did, even though she's the one that said goodbye. He was already gone long before that happened. And, you know, she got to know him. He fed her lies, and he gave her bullshit, you know, the dreams and all of that, and he just wrecked her and probably ruined her for life. Like, what was he looking for? Was he trying to just play a game, or was he trying to mess with her mind, or was he just there for fun? I mean, it seems like she was used. I mean, no offense, but it seems like she was used, and she doesn't know why, and she believed it all. But some of these people are professional liars, and they're good at getting you. And sometimes they like people to fall in love with them. It hurts them. I've seen it. You know, I have this dude that I know, no joke. He actually likes to make women fall in love with him and then see if he can, and then he breaks up with them. He's not my friend. He's a dirtbag.
That's crazy.
I just happen to know him. Yeah, it's the dumbest thing. But he gets off. He gets off on it, and it's disgusting. You know.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It's not funny at all, or fun at all. It's cold and cruel. And But she still can't shake him. He's crawling under her skin, and she just wants to know why. But there isn't a why, because this person's an egotistical dickhead who will never, ever tell you why, and he enjoys doing this. And you should be happy he's gone. He's a loser. That's my opinion. It's a great poem, though. I felt every word.
Yeah, it's funny you put it that way too, because when I got divorced with my wife, one of the things I said was, if I'm really all of those things that you say that I am, then you didn't lose anything.
Right.
So, I mean, it's yeah, I did you a favor. I should, we never should have been. Headshot, the last comment on Casey's poem, please.
Yeah, I thought it was great, reflecting that nothing is free. Everything costs something. You got to pay to take her out here, or she has to pay to take him out, or just to sit there and stand there is not free. So everything costs money, and people have been trying to fix this for a long time, and we're not quitting. So we make mistakes, we take errors, we get beaten, and we try again. And that's what love is. It's the people who don't want to quit and want to keep pushing and fix it and get it correct and adjust here, adjust there, and try something else and forgive, so that love can survive.
There you go.
It's a great ride.
There you go. Love takes work.
It's like it's like better to be with a known devil than a
the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Devils and serpents and ants. Yeah, just like. I think it's just the familiar territories that we don't want to, the fear of again putting ourselves to a stranger all over again. So, just being in the familiar territory seems better off than.
You'll settle for comfortable because it's comfortable to you, but even though you know it's not the right person.
Yes. And that's why we keep ignoring the red flags. That's why we keep ignoring the red flags. Yeah.
Yep. And in doing that, you're shortchanging yourself.
Right.
I don't know that's why we ignore the red flag. I think there's a lot more involved in why we tend to ignore them. Or if we see them at all in the first place, sometimes we convince ourselves it's really not a red flag, I mean, the problems, the things that we're going to try and overcome, oh no, that can't be right, oh no, or the proverbial, oh, he'll change, or this can't be the way that it's looked.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of perspective and insanity, I think, on that hamster wheel, and it's really hard.
You know what Dr. Phil says? The best predictor of the future is past behavior. Of future behavior is past behavior. So,
The best predictor of the future is past behavior. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most people believe Dr. Phil.
My thought has always been different people bring out different things in each other. So I can't judge your past behavior based on a relationship with someone else if I don't bring that out.
Yeah.
Because, there's some people that just, they scream at each other at the top of their lungs. And it's like you've never heard this person scream before, and all of a sudden, made up examples of possible, outcomes of things that we can go on all night about that. How many poems do we have left, Razz? Do you know?
Plenty of more poems. And,
Plenty of more poems. All right.
You have 2.5 hours starting, and we're down to 40 minutes.
All right. So I guess go to the topic board then. Who's the first to drop?
No. G Money has to go. G is next. I uploaded her stuff.
I'm sorry, G. I'm sorry.
Razz, it's under 111 Souls. It's on page 2.
Yeah. 111
I'm
Souls.
driving. Page 2.
As
okay?
to plenty of more, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 more. And let me rearrange what I was doing here, waiting for the next prompt. We've gone through this multiple times with Laughing Soul, and she definitely has to have her say. So,
yes, sir.
What am I supposed to look up again, Boo? 111.
111 soul. 111 soul.
It's on page 2, Razz.
Did G drop? Where's G?
She may be just being quiet, waiting for her poem to get read.
Okay.
No, she dropped.
Or she could be...
She dropped. Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's right here. Again, the whole time, though.
I'm sorry. I almost want to wait in case you call back, but, I want to get you read, so maybe you'll be back in time for comments if you're coming back. Do we you got the? Can you drop the link? Can you drop the link, Boo, for her poem before we play?
Yeah, it's there already.
I don't have the audio clip at all. Why can't we just reverse our roles?
No, okay, because I'm driving, Razz. Okay, I'll pull over and do it. It's on page 2, like I said. Okay, hold on.
The moon that was left in mine is supposed to be the right. The moon's definitely not mine because it goes on reminding me every night. Are you there, Saul?
How are you?
She said she got disconnected. She will connect again.
Disconnect.
She tried to
reconnect.
She would. Yes.
I see her on the serial line, but no reply.
Maybe something with her and connection.
Bluetooth, maybe.
So, you there?
Can you guys read somebody else while I look? Real quick, please.
Yeah, it figures that she's being quiet. All right, Boo, I didn't mean to inconvenience you and lead you to a possible traffic accident. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to read one here for... I had one that I promised someone who wanted to contribute to the show, and they usually don't. If you don't mind, Rack, in mind, I'll read for him. This is John Nakapalo, and the poem's called Me and Sarah Vaughan on a sunny late January Saturday. The kind of day you just want to drift through, nothing really needing to get done. Kind of a wonderland where if you listen to certain songs, you would be taken back to a time when a certain person you thought you would be with was listening to the same song. With you, we drove to San Francisco on a misty day, went to Chinatown, to your favorite restaurant, and spent the day walking around. We thought it was so romantic. The way neon halo blurred the wet sidewalk, giving me the credit as if I made it happen just for you. The furniture we saw in the store, we were picked out for our home, and you laughing at the books I looked at. We went to City Light Books, and that drive home with Sarah Vaughan singing Misty, I will never forget. Someone told me you became a grandmother last year. So happy for you, wherever you are. Just wanted you to know. Sarah and I say hi.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. I love the telling of that date in San Francisco. But what I love even more than that is the idea of that he caught that her reaction was like he made it happen. When you throw things together, when you're with someone, when you're dating, or just hanging out as friends, even, you shoot for that outcome. You try and manipulate things that you have no control over, whether it's the weather or them having your dish. It's really a cool thought. But the whole overall feeling of that past relationship and the memory of it still staying with you, I think speaks to the same thing we mentioned earlier about the resilience and the permanence of that feeling of being in love with someone. It never truly goes away, no matter what happened. Some of the hurt or some of even the good things, they all tend to fade in the background, but that overall emotion just stays with us. I think it's one of those things that you can't really let go of, and I think he said that in a beautiful way. This was an excellent poem.
Jack?
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Is there any way we could play Soul and then go back to commenting, because I have an emergency at work and I have to get in there, so I have to have her poem ready right now.
Just hit play.
Okay.
Hashtag EXTM3U hashtag EXT.
No, wrong one. Sorry. Wrong one.
The moon that was never mine. A poem by Laughing Soul. He came to my window disguised in pearly shoon. He was never mine. He was a chimerical moon. Strummed the right chords on a broken horizon at noon. He was never mine. He was a chimerical moon. Stars gazed in awe as my heart did apply soon. Bereft, he left my Bedouin. He was never mine. He was a chimerical moon. Celestial void echoes a dirge. Cosmic vows lie all strewn. He was never mine. He was a chimerical moon. A blank stare, no twilight in view. Cold winds, an eclipsed moon. Piercing silence unveils an autumn too soon. Smoldering ashes, an empty casket festoon. He was never mine. He was a chimerical moon. End poem.
I love poems.
What?
Hello.
Hello. It was not me. It was they were gonna play SoundCloud or something. I didn't say anything. This is not.
Yeah. We know, Charlotte.
I promised it was not me. Stop it.
I know it wasn't you.
I was like, what? What's happening? Oh, goodness. Okay, let's focus on G.
Yes, that was a beautiful poem by Laughing Soul. The idea of what some people, what the things that we can be blind to, when you're in a relationship, or when you think you're in a relationship and you actually are the only one participating. No, it's easy to laugh at, but when you think about it, that's what tends to happen sometimes.
You're doing all the work. Yep.
One person's doing all the work, and it's just and sometimes, like you said, some people take delight in manipulating someone and just sitting back and watching things unfold, and then claiming innocence. I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. I mean. It's a sad thing when someone is involved in something like that and they don't say wait a minute, I think there's more going on than you realize, or less going on than you realize, as the case may be, and you don't correct the situation. That's egregious. That's hurtful. When you let someone believe something that's not true. I won't say I've been guilty of something like that, but I do tend to try and let people tell me how they feel rather than try and manipulate them to find out what's really going on in their heads. But if they're wrong about something, I certainly will speak up and say something about it. But, I don't know. It's sometimes some people just don't tell you how they really feel. And that's, I guess the other person can be blind to that as well. It's a tough position to be in, and certainly a very painful one to be in when you find out that you are the only one that's trying, that you misread the situation, that you misunderstood, or were misdirected intentionally or otherwise. I mean, whatever words you want to throw at the end of the day, there was just a miscommunication, and it resulted in a lot of hurt and pain, and that was very much felt in the mood of the poem, and the repetition of that line, which was very haunting, by the way, and beautifully done, and even down to the music, it was just wonderful. Boo, if you need to run, I could let you comment first, or you could just run.
So sorry. Rack, I don't mean to cut you off. I just wanted, like you said, both people got to show up every day. Both people got to want it. And if you don't, then it's never going to work. When it's 70-30, that shit ain't fair. And you're putting in more work, more effort, more time, more energy. It's never, and you just keep thinking, waiting for that person to come around. They're not going to come around most of the time. They're as good as they're getting, and you got to either accept it or not. And I agree, the repeating line is beautiful, and it stabs you in the heart. And you deserve to be somebody who gives you 100% of the time. You're a beautiful lady. So never settle. If you settle, you're going to get shit.
Yeah, definitely. I want to say that repeating line is almost like, that sudden realization when you're in the middle of a relationship and you get hit with that fact. And you just dumbfounded by it, and you can't get over it. You can't let go of it. Beautifully done. So, is she back? Is she? No. Okay.
Yeah, she decided to drop again, but she was quiet there for a while, and then now she's here. So,
I'm here. Thank you.
Beautiful piece, G. Salwa, can you comment for G?
Yeah, I see sometimes, unfortunately, people mislead someone, and you make you believe something that it's not honest or not real, and the person who is sincere and loving, this is the worst. It can happen to someone when you feel something for someone, but then it was not real. That's the worst. That's the worst, because it's betrayal, really. And as you said, he came to my window, disguised in pearly shoes, but you realize before even it started, or maybe that it's not yours, because you realize the reality of it. The way you read it, the emotion you put in your voice, and the reading is just very heart-wrenching, really. You can feel the pain, and the repetition reinforces it. It's very, it's just sad.
Thanks, Salwa.
My pleasure.
I almost want to say you can't believe that he didn't know, but at the same time, there has to come a point when there is that realization, and he does, and the person should have spoken up.
Yeah, honesty. I think honesty is needed in every relationship, Rack. Especially in love, and especially when the person is, a forgiving person, and when we reach a certain age, I think, but when the person doesn't want to let you go and still have a share of fun somewhere else, and he thinks that he'll never be caught. So, what do you say? And it's not that you went behind the moon, as I say, that he came chasing me. So, that's the worst kind of feeling, like you wake up the feelings in a woman, but you have no intention of loving her. So there are rats who go sniffing vulnerable souls, and they enjoy leaving them more distraught, well, like Boo says, horses do, right? And, it takes time to heal, but, fine.
Very painful.
It's not the nice kind of feeling. It breaks you completely. It shatters you completely. You can trust somebody easily again. It. And you are so much in love. You want to just love the person. You just want to give every single drop of love that is in you to the person who has shown to you that he is deprived of it. Even though you have been single all your life, but you still want to give it to the person, and then finally you are left with nothing, not even a drop for your own self. And when you're completely parched, it's like, how do you start again? So shimmerical, when the lover is actually a demon. So he is going to leave you in tatters.
Well, we've got a couple more people to comment for you. Razz, can you comment to Laughing Skull?
Yeah, I was reading some interesting myths on that concept, the moon rabbit, and there's several cultures that believe in this. In ancient Oriental times, there was a moon rabbit that was associated with a figure called Chang Le, and she was said to inhabit the moon after forcing her lover to drink poison 4,000 years ago, and that she's still there to this day. Why they have lunar module missions in the name of Chang, the Chinese, as to their lunar space exploration project. And there on the moon, Chang Li has, or so it's said by legend, an actual moon rabbit, which has no name. And they used to do cultural practices, type of ritual, which appeased the moon rabbit for good fortune by offering it rice puddings.
Must be a rabbit. Thanks for sharing, guys.
Let's hope even the moon rabbit doesn't die.
Headshot is on mute. Need to be unmuted. On hold.
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Okay. I didn't know you were here.
Sawi, can you comment before headshot?
I did already. I was the first one.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So I'm
okay,
I'm a Capricorn. So Capricorns are the moon thing, and Capricorns have been painted as the devil for a very long time. We're just naturally better than all the rest of the signs, so we take that backlash. And if all you gotta do is look up characteristics, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about people for the most part. How can I say this? Capricorns and all the signs, we're here alongside everything else. All that was way back then. So I mean, it's all been here. Who's to say who's right or who's wrong? All I can tell you is to have love, you need to have a relationship, and to have a relationship, you need to be honest. And it takes two truths to make it true. If one person is lying and one's telling the truth, it's not going to work. You both have to tell the truth and put forth an effort, or you'll be 20 years down the line realizing your whole life is just a lie. It's a great right.
Thank you so much, Headshot.
All right, Razz, what do we got up next? Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah, our time is going down now. It's shooting here to like 3 more minutes, and there's actually
maybe 3 or 4 more poems. So what do you want to do? The poems?
Yeah, let me just give a quick shout out to everyone. Thank you all for your time. Thank you everybody that called in. If you heard anything you liked, please leave some written comments on the poems. Let everyone know what you thought. I appreciate you all for taking the time to write and hang out on the show, and for listening. Thank you for Boo for making this possible. Thank you, Razz, for trying to make me look good. And we're going to continue off the air, but it will show up on the playback. So on the last couple of poems that are getting read will be on the playback. So if you read the topic board and you see the couple of poems that didn't get broadcast on the air, they will be read on the playback. So you will get to hear them read. And without further ado,
you're the director, you're the host. Next poem on the list, this is Always by Adrian 41062. Always. No matter how deep the water, the hand of the Almighty will never let go. End poem.
Wow. That might have even made it up the wire. That's a great poem. I want to say it brings a little religion into it, which isn't always a bad thing. I don't see love being blind in that, but I do see it's a beautiful thought. Thank you for sharing that again. Sawa, can you comment?
Sorry, I agree. It's not necessarily about but it's a beautiful, very spiritual, someone who has so strong faith. It's true, sometimes we go deep in something, we feel like it's going to swallow us, but then if you really believe that God is there, so close, then not necessarily like in water, just a metaphor, of course, that we are in trouble or we have issues in life. If there's I don't know how people make it, honestly, who don't believe in God, how they have the strength to keep going. I never understood that, because without it, for me, life would be impossible. So it's a very, very beautiful thought here. And it says, I like the title, Always. So true, always.
Thank you, Stella. Next shot, can you comment?
Yeah, once again, I'm not the devil. There's just more than one God, if there is a God. So what I see is the hand comes from the ground. I grew up with people telling me the God was in the sky, and this and that up. Like, I know what's up. We know what's up now. You don't got to tell me what up might be. So we know what's up now. So that doesn't work anymore. So, but I just happen to perceive that it comes from the ground. So water's on the ground, so the arm is just long enough to reach through the entire water. It doesn't matter how long or how deep it is; it's going to reach you, because it's us, and we're above water. So it's here whether we want it or not. It's a great right.
Thank you. Headshot. Razz, you read it. What'd you think?
Yeah, this shows love is blind. And even in the case of the maker, he watches us drowning and drowning over again in all the seas, and only his hand reaches out to lead us into salvation.
Awesome. Boo?
Boo is the last.
Boo dropped. Boo had to go for now. Sorry. Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Okay. All right.
Can you hear me? Yeah. I think it's a very powerful brevity, because I can relate to this. I mean, I do my chanting every day, and I believe that, spirituality is what, it was God's hand that pulled me out at the right time before the worst could happen. And there are a lot of things that I came to know later, which actually got me into a trauma, So I really believe that you keep, if you are a God-fearing, if you didn't say God-fearing, I love my God, I love my parents. So, if you hold on to the faith, you keep the faith, you believe there's someone who will take you. He does. He gives you a choice. He shows you the red flags. But you still choose to love the person despite, like you are blind and you want to drown and you want to fall from the hill, from the cliff. But when you say that, it's enough, like it's really enough, and the husband will come and hold you. And I have experienced it, and I am thankful to my God for being there for me. And this is what she so beautifully, spoken in her few words. Thank you, Adrian, for this.
Thank you, Sol. All right, Razz.
Yeah, next right is one by Grizzly Bear, and the poem goes like this. What appeared as raindrops on the windshield of my 74 Nova, screaming 80, in the 55 volts, all I saw was red. 'Twas my eyes bleeding satellite as my heart pounded, profusely pushing fuel through my veins in a half-drunken stupor. Mashing the pedal through the rusty floorboard of this old jalopy I love so dearly, who shoots up 350 with more balls than a cowboy at a campfire eating contest in West Texas. Two spits and a sputter, she dies and drifts off the shoulder before coming to a stop. I sit there on the side of the road thinking about this bitch cheating on me with a fucking clown. She could have fucked anyone, but chose a clown, a real-life fucking clown. So what does that make me? I don't even want to think about that last question again. She ruined my love for the rodeo forever. And this poem is titled, Now I Sit Alone.
Wow. At first I thought he was talking about his love of the car, and then he brought the clown into the picture. Literal clown. I mean, that's poetry, people. I really appreciate that for what it is. I mean, I don't mean to laugh at the situation, but I think the universe laughs at us when it does things like that, because it happens more often than not. At least to me, every time I turn around, I just shake my head and I go, really? I mean, wow. That was powerful and moving and visceral. And I like that you I won't say misled me, but you gave me your love of the car before you found out that you had your heart broken. That means a lot, I think. And I hope you found some solace in the car, if not in the idea of the girl stepping out on you. I want to say, love misplaced. But we don't choose who we love. It still hurts nonetheless. So that was a beautiful write. Sawa, what'd you think?
I agree. I don't know if when I'm reading the comments of people, it seems like it's not a real story. I'm so confused. So I don't know if that's not anymore from what the comments I read.
Not everything is nonfiction. So.
Yeah. So. I mean, the idea of a clown is kind of interesting, as you said, that you don't expect it. But he's a human being like everyone else, I guess. She could have picked anyone, but she chose a clown, I can't say the word, a real clown. So what that makes me, she ruined my love for the radio forever.
There is, a real life possibility of something like that happening, So you got the cowboys and the clowns and the rodeo. So it was a clever piece.
Absolutely.
And even if you look at it metaphorically, hey, who's the cowboy and who's the clown?
I'm sure anyone that's been left by a woman is like, no, well, this guy's got to be some kind of clown, you know? What the hell, you know? I mean, it's a lovely thought. It was well done, I thought. But thank you, Sawa. Razz, what'd you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with what you're both suggesting here. As to what I heard, if I was dismissed for a clown, I think I would be pretty freaking depressed, like the poet is stating in this poem here.
Great comment, Razz.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Be
Hello?
the voice of reason. Tell us what you thought of the clown.
You know, Grizzly Bear, he's a very, very sweet guy. You know, he likes to be a clown himself, but in this poem, he's like giving us a hardcore venting on, you know, how the fuck could she leave me for this clown, you know? And it's, you know, it's a very good thing, you know, to have a little boost on your ego. And I don't know, somehow the next person your ex chooses over you does look like a clown, you know. So, and if you can, you know, think like this, it is easier to, my God, who's this growling over here?
I think that's Dr. Over calling in.
Yeah? Who's that? Do we have, you know, an agency or something here? So, fine, you know, this was about, my God, this is scary. What is happening?
It's someone's asthma or someone breathing.
I don't know. What?
Yeah, that was over our laugh until then.
Well, we're fine now. Thank you, Soul. Headshot, can you comment for Grizzly Bear?
Oh yeah, man, I thought that was great. Maybe you can tell your kids about it one day, I guess. I wrote in Texas you can be hanged for stealing a horse. The first cowboys were Mexican. The West wouldn't be so wild without Mexicans. The world got mysteriously distracted by black and white and forgot about brown. We're different, and as long as the world is upside down, we're going to be the devil till God shows up or smiles turn to frown. So it was a great write.
Thanks, Headshot. You back, Boo? I thought I heard you giggle.
That was Salva.
No, I didn't giggle. It was not me. I was not giggling. It was not me.
Boo's not here.
Okay.
I hear her voice sometimes too, Rack, in theory, but some other phenomenon.
Okay.
So,
next
going
poem.
on with the recital, the next poem on the list is Papa Terminus.
Because he's going to call. He put on the board that he's going to call. Let him know that.
No, he said tomorrow.
He can't call in overtime.
The board straight. You want to read the board
he said,
straight?
give me a second calling right now. He just said, give me a second. Maybe he doesn't know that he cannot call now.
I did explain that to him on the board, Sala.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Give me a second calling right now. Papa will be calling.
That's what I said. He said he's calling right now.
Yeah, but if the show went off air, he won't be able to dial in.
Yeah, right.
But
now, he said now. Now, he's here right now. Unmute him, I guess.
All right, let's see if he reaches out right at this moment. I'm looking. Yeah, that should be him. There was enough time, 9 minutes. Papa Terminus, you there?
Right. I was.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, sorry about that.
It was Royal Rumble Day today.
I was misled about how much time we had left. I didn't think you would be able to get through. I was going to have them ask you on the board if you wanted us to read it, but I'm glad you're here.
He got lucky.
Yeah, it was Royal Rumble Day, so I had to watch Royal Rumble. Sorry.
Don't apologize. Oh, my God. Hulk Hogan and back in Carlos Santana days and
Well, yeah.
Oh my God! I could start going back and back and back if I start thinking about it. Wrestling was fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll make you laugh. I'm going completely off book and total non sequitur. I had a friend who was a huge baseball fan. So just to piss him off, he was arguing with me one day. He's like, "Wrestling is fake." I said, "Oh yeah? If wrestling is fake, I was like, why is wrestling fake?" He's like, "You can't hit someone over the head with a chair and then they get up." I said, "Oh yeah? Well, if wrestling is fake, then baseball is fake." He's like, "What do you mean? How is baseball fake?" I said, "You can't get hit with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball and get up after that." But anyway, I appreciate it for what it is. I love it. I love it.
All right, everyone has something with the mixed board now. Papa Terminus, you have the floor.
All right. This is called Joni Mitchell No More.
Oh.
Big yellow taxi drove by, teardrops stain my guitar, as I look up at passing clouds, and the sky is painted periwinkle blue. Dear Mr. Blue Sky, why do you stray from the darkness, just batting an eyelash towards the modern day? Drawing the shades, this intermission won't be very long. Soon the clowns will sing their song. Hum a baritone remains coarse. The sun shines, but it's still cold outside, collapsing under streetlights. Lovelorn, you're love blind. Poets speak of bluebirds flying in those periwinkle skies. The tear-stained guitar drops to the floor while Joni Mitchell sings about that big yellow taxi driving by. End poem.
Wow.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done. I recognize some of those lyrics. Wow. She was quite a songwriter, Joni Mitchell, and that was beautifully done. I really liked it very much. Thank you, Papa Terminus.
You're welcome.
Gee, what'd you think? Do you know the song?
Yeah. No, I don't know the song, so but I can say that the poem is definitely woven very well. Strung the right chords. You've strummed the right chords. You've I love this, how you say, "Dear Mr. Blue Sky, why do you stray from the darkness?" Yes, poets do write about birds flying in the periwinkle sky. And, we love to glorify pain, and we love to, festoon our darkness with stars. And, collapsing under streetlights, love lone, you are love blind. You are love blind. And you've done this very beautifully, very beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have a note in the author's notes, Papa, about the song that you took it from?
Actually, I didn't write anything in the author's notes. Actually, this is based on the Yellow Taxi, and also a song off of Blue called Blue.
Okay. I think I'm misremembering. The Mr. Blue Sky is from ELO, so that's not Joni Mitchell. But
no.
I'm sorry, but yeah,
I like to play with lyrics and things like that.
Right. And well done. Let me get just some more comments. Razz, what'd you think?
Yeah, for the Joni Mitchell fan, what she represents, a woman who succeeds in a Western democratic world that's overly ruled by men and misogyny, that kind of spirit. I think this is a tribute of her life and what she tried to promote, more female privileges within our Western world. And
what is this?
So it's a great token to that form of politics, which was in her folk music, whenever she was considered a kind of statement that women can, in fact, exist here without having to be dependent on men.
Joni Mitchell, Carly Simon, Kate Bush. There was a whole list of them that were just so influential in the women's movement.
And G, what did you think?
You asked
I asked
me.
you already.
Not me. I didn't comment. I would love to.
Yes,
You've been forgetting
me,
Raconteur. You've been forgetting.
I have not.
Kidding. I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing you. You must be tired. It's been a long, 2 hours and a half. I can imagine how you do it. Actually, I'm going to admit I don't really know who's Joni Mitchell, but when you were talking, I was very curious, so I had to look her up, and it made me curious to hear her song, so definitely I will add her to my list. But it shows, I love how the title, Joni Mitchell No More, for me it says that there is no other, there will be no one like her again. You must really like her writing her poetry, and it's a great tribute.
Yes.
Drawing the shade, this intermission won't be very. I don't know her song, so I won't give her justice to comment on how you referred to her.
Big Yellow Taxi. The main lyric of Big Yellow Taxi is all you know. It's easy though, and you don't know what you got till it's gone to see paradise and put up a parking lot.
And I see that she writes her own songs too, so that's really amazing. I Googled her a little bit. It really made me curious to go and discover her. That's for sure. I think there's another song, another lady, another singer woman that you wrote about. I can't remember her name now, but I remember I read one of your poems also to her songs. So very educated. I mean, for me, yes, that's it. So I think it's really, and I had to look her up, her songs as well. I'm not familiar with them, so that's really great. I'm learning something new. So thank you for that.
Great.
Thank you, Stella. And Headshot, you get the last word.
Well, we know there's a lot of taxis everywhere. Now we have these apps where you can just pay like half and get the ride from a local. Because the taxis were like twice and three times as much, and so it's just helping and it's helping the people, the locals as well, to be able to make money, and you save money, so it's a double whammy, like we it's like a double up. But as far as the Big Yellow Taxi, I would say it's more of a father figure or a fuel truck, or if it's big, then the others aren't as big, so it can protect all of them or their own, for that matter, because it's bigger than the others. And it's like a fuel truck because being bigger, it sets the example. And so it can fuel all the smaller ones just by because it's big. It's a great ride.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you, Headshot.
So, Rack, we have to close this down. We have to say goodnight now. Good night.
We've got one poem left.
We're going to want to do last because it's I don't know what we're going to do after they shut off time. And we're off air in the next 2 seconds. Blog Talk.
You sure
Good
about
night, guys. Rack, we'll continue your show next weekend.
Thank you.
I'll go have breakfast. You can join me.
Can I join you? What are you having?
Thank you all
Come
for
on,
coming
make
to
you
the show.
scrambling. Good night. Take
Happy
care, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you all on LCN.
Thank you, Razz and Boo and Rack.
And Raconteur.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Good night.
Razz, if we only have one poem left, let's read it.
No, there's several more, and I don't know if that you are. Why
Rack,
the
just read it. Rack, just read it.
The anticipation is awesome that it was shut off at any time. That's amazing.
Heather is on.
Yeah.
We've got extra time, I'm sure, because Boo books overtime for us.
All right. We'll do it your way. You're the host. Hopefully they don't just cut us off.
Heather is online
That was
too.
enough of our, what is this, preemptory version of saying goodnight for the show. Yeah, no, there's actually, let me count how many more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more.
Heather's online.
I was under the impression there was less. I'm sorry.
Are you guys coming or what?
Zach, let's have your part 2 soon. I have a new poem ready.
Okay.
Cheers, my dear. Have a nice Sunday evening. Bye.
Enjoy
Bye,
your day.
everybody.
Good night, Soul.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye. Bye, Razz. Bye, Headshot.
Have a nice
See
day.
you,
Good morning to you. Good morning
I
to you.
know. Okay, guys.
Where do we go
Love
from
you.
here?
Bye.
You want to shut down, Rack?
I mean, if we got a little left to carry over, and we could probably burn through
we'll
them.
just carry them over. 4.
All right then. I guess we'll say good night then. Thank you everyone again for calling. Thank you. Thanks Headshot. And thank you, Razz, for trying to make me look good. You did a decent job of it, and I'm sorry I make it so difficult. I had fun, guys, and again, I really appreciate everyone that calls in and everyone that listens. I hope you guys enjoyed the talk, and take everything with a grain of salt. None of us are, I can't speak for anyone. I'm not a shrink or anything like that. So, everything is, our opinions and our experiences. So I hope, you take away good things. And thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Boo. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Wear
those sunglasses hard in the night.
Thank you so much.
Peace out.
Check this out. That's better.
That was really good.
Every new Toyota comes with peace of mind standard. That's because you get Toyota Care no-cost maintenance when you buy or lease any new Toyota. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. as well as 24-hour roadside assistance and blackout protection. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. Being a baseball fanatic like me can be stressful. It's not all sports points and touchdowns. So Progressive is going to help you take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they missed that goal point score, think about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, letting you choose coverage options based on your budget, unlike your team that missed the end zone net area. Well, anyway, hope this distraction about Progressive's Name Your Price tool was helpful. It sure kept me from thinking about all those penalty balls. Yay, sports!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.